Back in early 2015, I fell in love with the chateau I found online. I then had to convince my other half to give up our London life and move to rural France. To my surprise, she said yes, and a year later said yes again at our wedding at the chateau we now called our home. It's just us two and our husky Lightning, and now of course a few animals who seem to have joined us along the way.
It's such a beautiful place to live, so we decided to share it with everyone.
It's obviously a lot of hard work for just us two.
It's not always a fairy tale, and we don't always get it right.
But it's all fantastic fun along the way, so we bring this chateau back to life for others to enjoy as much as we do. Follow us, Angelina and Phil, along with the highs and lows of our chateau life.
So today we're doing something different. We're having a day off and we are going to
The beach!
And the dog is with us, so we're going for a walk there with him as well, so that should be good family fun. And today is also a special day for us, and that's the reason we're doing it, something different, because it's our
4th wedding anniversary. and the only day I've had a haircut this year, I think.
Yeah, so Phil's really happy with his haircut, and it's also our anniversary, so we're doing something different. We came to a place called Gannett, which is only an hour away from Chateau de Bayeul. So we drove all the way up there. To show you the rough location on the map, how far it is from England and generally where it's located in France, here is a quick look. It's not far. Look how beautiful this mayor's office looks in this village. It looks like a mini chateau, doesn't it? It's absolutely stunning. Okay, take us through the streets, Billy.
This is so cool. Oh, Mont Saint-Michel.
Look at that. This over there is St. Michael's Mount. Mont Saint-Michel is an abbey built on an island just a few hundred meters from land. It is accessible by the bridge-like built road using the shuttle service provided or on foot, although it is quite a long walk, as you can see. You can also walk across the sands from the neighbouring coast, though you'd have to be careful of the tides coming in. Once on site, there are loads of restaurants and shops there with many beautiful views. They have their own police system to bring items straight up to the abbey. Mont Saint-Michel is an old religious abbey with beautiful stained glass windows and a courtyard at the top. As beautiful it is by day, it's also as beautiful by night. The French Mont Saint-Michel is twinned with the English St. Michael's Mount in Murray in Cornwall, where Philip is from. It shares the same tidal island characteristics, though it is much smaller in size, approximately 200 acres less. Access is via a man-made road made up of granite stones, and it's accessible between mid-tide and low water. Otherwise, you'd be taken aboard an amphicraft at high tides. It is able to sail on water and drive on land. The boat provides a transport lifeline to residents of the island during the winter months. When we went over there back in 2012, we were lucky enough to be taken by the amphibious vehicle too. It was so much fun and a beautiful place. St. Michael's Mount too was a monastery, and later on a castle was built on site to house the family to live in it, and it is furnished throughout. The mount is mostly made up of granite from local area. Looking down, it provides an opportunity to see many of the gardens surrounding it. There is a souvenir shop and a restaurant on site. It is too beautifully lit up at night. Mont Saint-Michel is owned by the French state, whereas St. Michael's Mount in England is now a privately owned family castle, but its tourism is run by the National Trust. Now, I mentioned earlier that St. Michael's Mount is located in Cornwall, where Philip is from. He grew up in St. Ives. St. Ives is a popular tourist destination, visited by many for its coastal beaches and its romantic lighting at night. Now let's get back to our beach day outing. It was windy as expected, but we hope you enjoy the walk with us. Lightning is exploring new sniffs that he's never smelt before, because in France everything smells different, doesn't it, Lightning? Loving these sniffs, Mummy. This is a dog-friendly beach. And look, we can even see Mont Saint-Michel and how close it is. All these holes you see in the coastline are birds' nests, and the birds are flying in and out, and they have already nested in them. Their nests are seen all along the coastline. If you didn't know he was a husky, you'd think he was a wolf. Isn't that right? Whilst Daddy and Lightning are sitting down and having a rest after a long walk, I decided to go and explore the local seashells that I can find. I also found a shell that looked like fish surfboard. Phil just ended up laughing at me and told me it was a cuttlefish shell, well, the body of. I proceeded to say that we should find a surfboard for Lightning. He decided that he wanted to taste the local delicacy.
Where are we now?
We are in Granville. It's another beach. It was half an hour drive away, and I'm not sure what I make out of it. Maybe I'm on the wrong beach because there is quite a lot. It is a coastal town at the end of the day. It's worth exploring.
I think there's lots more, but dogs not allowed on this beach, so we're just sat up here admiring the view.
Yes.
Reminds me of Cornwall. What do you think, Lightning? Not a lot, but apparently. Okay.
No. Our wedding lasted a whole weekend, so today's another day where we are out and about, and we have discovered that we have a huge botanical garden near us. So we've driven to the location to come and check it out and see what it's about. I'm particularly excited. It feels like so. Well, it's got apparently a restaurant on site and tea and cake room, and apparently I think a gardening nursery, so perhaps I could get some plants here. But
Can you
overall,
see where this is going? All I'm seeing is getting ideas for work I've got to do.
but overall, it's a nice place, a magical place to come and check out. So I'm very, very, very excited because I might get some ideas for our garden.
There it is. Told you. Let's go have a look at the ideas for work I've got to do.
Oh, and did I mention apparently there's a chateau nearby, so way! Straight away I notice at the entrance of the garden there's a huge hydrangea growing. It's a beautiful white display, and white is so hard to keep up because the white petals like to burn and turn brown. This one's absolutely stunning. I'm impressed already. Right, let's head in. We just found that picnic spot that they have here.
But it's not. That sign's saying right, so...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's just hidden. Look at it. You could just sit here and be surrounded by hydrangeas in this magical, mythical garden spot. What this botanical garden is all about is 25 different gardens staged. So this is just one of them. Look, we can play. This is such a great idea for our garden, Philly. Low maintenance, and how cool would that be? What do you think? Come on. And you know how much I love all hydrangeas in our place. Still shaking his head. I'll convince you. And look, they even have wild strawberries here. This is meant to be. So we found the cafe here because we're very hungry, and this is going to be a beautiful lunch setting right here in this garden. Looks so lovely. Come wait. So here's official garden number 1. It's a water display all the way. Now what I notice here, for me personally, is this plant with the white flower on top. I actually have this in my garden, and it seems like it's very happy to be around water. So I'm definitely going to take care of that more often, maybe move it to a better spot location. Phil just said something really interesting. Repeat it.
Look at the hydrangeas. I'm trying to remember what I said.
Phil is impressed by this garden, is what he said.
Yeah.
Well, let me summarize. He's impressed by this row of hydrangeas. Let's get a close-up. All this row of hydrangeas is what caught Phil's attention. I particularly love this color one. I just think that'll stand out so greatly amongst all the green that we have. This is what I meant about white hydrangeas. They're beautiful, but they're so delicate. Too much sun and not enough water, it gives it petal burn. And then they look scraggy and not as nice as they should be. That's why I prefer the coloured hydrangeas. I love this hydrangea. I love how it's sort of crinkle cut here and it goes round like lobbed. It's such a cool design. I mean, I'm seeing some amazing varieties here of hydrangeas. Really stunning. Lovely colours. Wow, look at that. I think that's amazing. I think that's what they call a double petaled one, perhaps. And obviously lace gap. It's so unusual, it's so cool. Now this is the bit I wanted to see. The pond landscape. Now I'm really impressed by these, what look like sort of above ground water lilies. I hope I've got these growing. I've got some seeds that have germinated, but I'm in desperate need of some proper water lilies. And these are just gorgeous. Look at those flowers. Mark Carp would eat them in a heartbeat. And now we are walking through a bamboo maze, what seems like. Oh, I just feel like I'm in Amazon jungle. Absolutely stunning. So we will have water lilies one day, yes. I'm working on it. We are coming into garden number 6. It's called the Secret Garden. And look, we have these all of our chateau. I think it's meant to be. Let's go and have a look at it. There's something I've spotted. Let's have a look closer. See this? It's like a mini chateau made out of box edging, even with its round window at the top. How cool is that?
It's beautiful, this Lalundai hedge, isn't it? Because it's cut in the shape of a building from a distance, but you've got 3D features to make it really stand out. Arch, this would be a pillar, then there's a thing for guttering and the roof. It's awesome. More work than I'd like to do.
Really admire this type of rose bush, the petite type of rose flowers, and they are so close clustered together. It's so stunning, and the aroma is just to die for. These tree leaves are amazing. Look at that display. They're beautiful on their own. This particular bonsai tree feels so soft. It feels like my dog. Lovely and fluffy. Here's another bridge and the pond. Now it's looking yucky. One thing to explain to you guys is that due to COVID, there is hardly any public around because look at us. It's just me and Phil. No one else around. Normally these places would be ram-packed, but this is a blessing in disguise and you kind of have to take it as it is. But this is the best way to view this place because it's not ram-packed full of tourists.
It's really sad these places aren't busy because obviously of COVID, and they do need the tourist numbers to stay going. You can tell areas here where they just haven't been able to pay the staff to do everything. But it's nice to see it from our point of view where it's not busy because you get to see it as if it's your own private garden. So I'll take the rough with the smooth. It's nice to see it now. Hopefully they get the numbers back again soon.
Yeah, and we didn't even know about this. Read in the newspaper, and you know, it did say that they're struggling because of the non-attendance for 4 months of closure, and we're just here supporting a business, really.
Yeah, like everyone. So let's carry on walking.
Yeah, there's a kids' bridge right there. I wanted to go there, but Phil wouldn't let me. I'm joking. It's a bit of a run, and there's tons of little fish in the water. They're really, really small. Such a tranquil little lake.
There's a bench over there. Let's go get the bench and see what the view is.
Yep, let's go to the bench. This is one view of the lake. Here's another view of the lake and the chateau. We'll end up going there anyways.
Yeah.
Here's another view of the lake. I really like this gate statue there. Let's go and explore it. This is a lovely view of the lake and the chateau. So now we'll walk on this path through these gates. I suppose these gates would have been an entrance once upon a time to access the chateau. Let's get closer. They're based on granite posts, just like our ones are held up. And these gates are magnificent. Look at the ironwork. I especially love the side design. Beautiful. So we found this bee's house, and look how clever that is. It's got a glass front, so you can see all the bees in there. That's such a genius idea. Absolutely love it. Has anyone else got a bee hive like that? I just literally spotted a bunch of bears holding on to the tree, and look, there's Mama Bear at the top. There she is, they're all climbing. And look above there, there's Daddy Bear. That's so hilarious, I love it. Shaky bridge, shouldn't run. It's so cool. I want one. Awesome. Let's go through. And look at that view. Okay. Gorgeous. Here's actually another pond that is so full of algae on top. It's very quite thick. But what I'm really impressed about is those flowers. Not flowers, but plants, sorry. They're like really thick water lilies that are stacked up on top of each other. Now, if you think our garden's a lot of maintenance and a lot of work, can you imagine this place? And here's a close-up of the chateau. Lovely roses just in front of it. And look at the top. Earlier in one of the secret gardens, they had a front exactly like that, cut out of bushes. So cool. And usually you can eat here, but at the moment it's just closed. Here's another view of the chateau. I believe that's the back. Phil believes it's the front. But it's not as impressive because the shutters are not on it. And here's the, they were on the front. And here's the lovely garden view for them at the front. Beautifully landscaped. Okay, so that is the way for us to walk in apparently. One of the gardens. I find it so strange because I'm walking on grass, and we wouldn't do that in our house if we had it landscaped, or any places like this in UK. You're not allowed to walk on the grass, but yeah, that's the way in. That's what the map says. This is a very pretty bird bath. We're about to enter a prehistoric garden, is the name of it. I can see that by all these ferns, which are very common in like Jurassic Park and places like that in movies. I suppose this tree variety as well is also very ancient, but very beautiful. Lovely bamboo arrangement. What's in there? Don't know, it's pretty. Okay, let's head in. There is apparently a dinosaur waiting for us. Dinosaur statue. Oh, did I? Oh. Oh my god, there is the dinosaur statue. I so didn't spot it. Look at that. There he is. It looks like a miniature T-Rex, but cool. Really awesome.
Well, it couldn't be a full-size one, otherwise it'd be bigger.
I just expected bigger. But it's cool. He's hidden. Now, the last garden we're entering into is a maze garden. An overgrown maze, Phil says. And I feel like this is the last garden that you have to walk through in order to get out. But the thing is, you're going to get lost. So it's their way to keep you in here forever and ever and ever. Very quite clever. Let's watch how Phil does here.
Finally. There is a way out.
Alright.
I hope everybody has enjoyed this journey.
Cool. Let's go get some food.